Okay, the auxiliary socket is installed and it's operational. You can see the little green light. It fits here when not in use. Let me get this out of here. Ooh. Okay, it's a correct polarity. It stores right here like this, and it has a cap that comes around and covers it, so it's facing away from the oncoming dust, and it's capped, and it can be turned in. This is way too big. You wouldn't use this. They make really small ones about that big that would go in there. So anyway, that's the way it's mounted. Take off the seat, plug in your stuff, route the wires. Okay, that's done. Okay, I have never really liked having multiple wires on a battery. You know, stack up 1, 2, 3 wires, 1, 2, 3 wires. It gets real crowded. It makes the job of changing the battery for the next guy much more difficult. It's prone to errors if a wire snaps over here and gets put on the wrong pole. Smoky things can happen. Basically, one wire per side is the optimum. So what I do is I take one wire out, put it into a multi-legged socketed connector 3-way Lucas, put all the wires that come in that go to the battery into there, take one wire out, put it on the battery. I did that on both sides. That makes it a lot more, makes it neater, makes it easier to work with. And keep in mind, this bike has 3 fuses, and they're all right up in this area. There's a fuse for the bike, the main fuse. There's a fuse for this auxiliary charge connector that I put on. It's fused. And there's a fuse on this cigarette adapter connector. So it's fused also. So you got 3 different fuses over there, all in on top of the battery. So it gets real crowded. So this just makes life easier for everybody, current owner, future owners, anybody who has to work on it. One wire to each terminal. Makes life easier. Okay, that's it. All right, let's see what we can do here. This cover doesn't appear to be in the groove as well as this one. So let's see. If I warmed it up, I'll warm it up some more, see if I can get it off and then put it back on. Let's warm it up a little bit more. Okay. Now there is a gap here, but I think it's just, it's not showing any metal. It's in the, it's just the way it's made. Just snapped right in there. Well, I'm gonna leave that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna do anything else with it. It's pretty good in there. All right, the tachometer drive leaks oil. That's pretty much, yep, happens a lot. So let's take this off. We got Allen's holding it in, and so let's do that. All right, I forgot to start the video. Anyway, I used a very fine little bitty chisel to pop it off of here. And let's take it over to the bench. All right, here's the tack drive taken apart, the body, O-ring that fits in this area, and the drive itself. This O-ring only sort of worked, and it leaked after a while. They'd get hard and leak. And so they came up with a modification that replaces the O-ring, of which we have a couple spares here, with this seal, which was actually, when it was discovered, a way to do this, this was a Honda seal in the original repair. Then I don't know if they changed it on the 75s or not. I haven't looked into a 75 drive in a long time. But this tack seal is to go into this depression, but it needs to be drilled out. So I'll drill it out and put this in here and put it back together. All right, just for the heck of it, here's the tack seal that is supplied by Norton suppliers, and here's a Honda equivalent that does the job just fine. This is the old O-ring that came off of here. We're going to throw that away. Here's the new O-ring that we're not going to use because this replaces that. So we're going to put it back together using this seal. This goes back into my spares, and this goes back to the client. All right, a last minute addendum on the tack drive modification. I looked at it, and 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 I said, you know what? The new seal is just a hair's breadth smaller than the diameter of the tack drive body. I have nothing. It's just a hair's breadth larger than a half-inch drill. And I have no ability to drill that out. It's going to take a machinist. So what I'm going to do is the next day or so I'll take it up to my machinist and have him machine out the end of the tack drive and insert the new oil seal. This is not something I want to do. It'd be lovely if I had a lathe and the skill to run the lathe, but I don't. But I do have a good machinist, and I'll have him do the job. So that's where we are. I'm calling it a day now. I'm going to post this and call it. I'm done. I'm done for the day.